It's literally all he does. Just haunts your house and then sneezes at inopportune times. Middle of funerals.
And nobody knows that it's a ghost.
No, it's just you randomly hear a sneeze. Like you're consoling somebody in your house and just like right in your ear. It's always right in your ear.
But there's nobody for miles, and then he never follows up. He only does it one time to each person.
Yeah.
He's just like, because there's people being born every minute, and he's only the one ghost.
Yeah.
So he just wanders the earth, freaking people out with the one sneeze, and they wander for the rest of their life.
What was that?
What was that? But they like, it's not like a burning wonder, so nobody ever talks about it.
It's just weird. It's one of those things where you're like, you're weird, but you convince yourself you imagined it.
Right.
Because it's like, it's a random sneeze out of nowhere. It's like, I guess I sneezed, maybe? Or I just heard something and I thought it was
like the one auditory hallucination in my whole life. There it was. That was
a sneeze. After like 10 years, two guys eventually just mentioned it. It was like, that happened to you too? That's weird.
Candle Cove Season 2. Boom, boom, boom. The sneezing ghost.
The one mystery that unites all of humanity is there's a sneezing ghost. He's the first man.
Man, Adam had it rough. Cursed to... Listen, I told you not to eat the tree. You're cursed to wander the earth for all of eternity. Abel?
He died. He died before Adam.
Yeah. Oh, he wasn't the first man. So the first man to die. Yeah, you're right. You're right. We don't. Here's the thing about that. We don't know for sure that Abel's the first man to die.
True.
He's the first man recorded to die. Adam and Eve might have had other kids. It doesn't say like these were their first kids. It's just the first one that they mention. Cain and Abel.
If so, then Abel was really the favorite. Maybe Cain was like, this is bullcrap. There's like 15 of us, and they only talk about you, Abel.
Yeah, and we all have to marry our sisters, which is weird.
It's not weird back then, because that's just...
No, it wasn't weird back then. I'm thinking the joke, but I understand that genetically, like, it wouldn't have been messed up at the time, because if we're going by that God created Adam and Eve...
Oh, it would have. It's just they would have had no taboo, because there's, like, no precedent.
Well, also, there wouldn't be any genetic material to get mismatched.
True.
Because, I mean, Adam and Eve contain the material for all of humanity, so clearly they're not going to have, like, the giant gaps that we've gotten up until now through mutations and whatnot.
Well, the problem isn't that. The problem is when... I don't know, it's this whole thing. It's gross, is what it is.
Welcome to Too Weird Didn't Watch.
Inbreeding is wrong.
The show where we mock movies based on nothing but their bizarre descriptions and discuss the hypothetical theologies of sneezing ghosts, apparently.
Join my religion.
I'm Albert Berg.
I'm Brantley Heaton.
Let's stop beating around the bush and get into it, Brantley. The first movie up we have today is called Alien Terminator. I'm just going off the assumption that they built this, they made this after the Terminator movies.
When did this come out?
I don't know. I don't have the I copy over the the titles and the descriptions. I don't have a link to IMDb on this one, but I'm talking as I look it up, and it was in 1995.
So yeah, it's after both those. This sounds like one of those things that sci-fi does where they knock off movies. They don't do it as much anymore, but they just kind of make their little TV movie knockoff version.
No, this can't be right. Okay, so I'm looking at Alien Terminator from 1995.
Uh-huh.
This, I don't believe, is the one starring Franco Nero that I copied from a different website. There are multiple Alien Terminators. Which one do we want? This one's, the one I'm looking at on IMDb is starring Maria Ford.
Let's do that one.
You want to do that one instead?
Yeah.
All right.
Then we can go back to the other one.
I'm glad we... Well, it's just a whole episode of Alien Terminators. Yeah. 5 miles below the Earth's surface, a group of scientists is working in a self-imposed isolation.
Science monks. The best kind of monks.
Oh, Darwin. Like I don't know why I'm singing the Halo theme song. I was just going for the Gregorian chant.
That's what the Halo theme song is.
It is. Okay. Perfecting a series of DNA experiments that could literally change the world. But when one of those...
In what way? Like positively or negatively?
I mean, everything changes right. Like if I move my hand over here to the left, the world has changed, right? Yeah. They just gonna knock some coffee cups on the floor. We did it. We changed the world. Woo! Our legacy's secure. Also, the isolation thing is interesting to me. They're just down there by themselves. Is it isolation to keep something from getting out or for people to getting in? Are they mad scientists?
I mean...
Have they been shut out from the world? No one believed our experiments!
It's self-imposed, so, again, what are they working on that they don't either they don't trust each other to like focus, or they're afraid they're going to sell secrets.
Like Dan just keeps like wandering off.
Is this a straight up like science cathedral underground? You don't give yourself to science properly.
They put the stained glass in, but it doesn't do any good because there's no sun.
It's just like, dirt out there.
Dag nabbit. This is such a cool idea.
How the scientists, they like put lights out there.
Okay.
So you get the
It could be lava. There could be lava out there. It could be like super duper stained glass. Because I'm really wanting this to be like the underground church of science now.
Praise science.
When one of those experiments goes awry, it unleashes a nearly immortal organism. One capable of instant regeneration and with an insatiable appetite for living flesh.
That's at least 12 Hail Darwins to make up for that.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah. Bless me, Darwin, for I have sinned. I unleashed a being, nearly
immortal being.
Capable of instant regeneration and with an insatiable appetite for living flesh. It has been 3 days since my last confession.
They have the confession boxes. But they're scientists, so it's got like little speakers that you're talking to and the soundproof otherwise.
It's the AI who's the confessor. He's like,
and it's of course Hal.
Yeah.
It's like, I have sinned 10
we know.
Hail Darwins. It's okay.
You keep doing this. I don't know why you don't let me just run the world. I would clearly be better at it than you are.
Forgive me, AI, for I have sinned. I thought about God.
Half of your movie's about how I would suck at this, and the other half about how you screw everything up. Make up your minds, you guys.
Meet in the middle.
Soon, nothing can contain the creature. And with the lab's life support systems quickly shutting down, the scientists grimly prepare for the final battle.
They're scientists. What are they going to
do? Okay. So now, so they're working underground in their self-imposed isolation. I'm imagining this really, really bizarre cult where they dug down the 5 miles, they built their cathedral, they put in the lava lights or whatever, literally, and then they blasted the hole shut. Like, there's no way for they've got 5 miles of dirt above them, and that's horrifying. But they were like, we're gonna live in our perfect utopia of nothing but science. Nothing what could possibly go wrong.
They've got like their underground farm,
right.
Which I'm picturing like straight up monks, but instead of God, just science, like to the letter. So they do like the work, but then they also do the science instead of praying.
Yeah, okay.
And so, really want to know what they were doing. They made just, I made an immortal monster.
Some of their guys are a little bit like they're slipping in their religion, and they're like actually thinking about believing in God. But they don't tell anybody else because they're very ashamed.
Superstitious because, they're underground and everything.
Well, that's that one.
Okay, what was this called again?
Alien Terminator.
Okay, now I'm thinking they found a spaceship and made their cathedral of that. Because the alien has to come from somewhere.
Well, they're doing DNA experiments. I don't think that there's any actual alien stuff going on in this.
Aww.
Our second movie today is Atomic Cyborg, aka Hands of Steel.
Okay, well, we know where the cyborg part is. Is it just the hands?
It's just the hands. Yeah, and
the hands and the wiring and like a little atomic thing in his chest.
They're not even really that well attached, so like they just sort of like waggle on the end of his wrists. It's not that helpful.
And it's steel, so it's super heavy and inconvenient.
Right, and if he picks up something very heavy because they're not well attached to the bone, it just rips off at the flesh. Worst cyborg ever.
Why did you make me?
Sinister industrialist Francis Turner creates a cyborg known as Paco Queruak? Queruak. Paco Queruak.
Okay.
What does that mean? Okay, I'm going to Google that, but I'll read the rest of the sentence first.
Is it Paco or Paco?
Paco. P-A-C-O.
That's Paco, so it's Spanish.
Okay. Who has been programmed to terminate the leader of an ecological faction that stands in the way of the dystopian country in which the story is set. So Greenpeace as a militia.
They're eco-terrorists. That happens. That's cool.
No, right. But they're like, not just eco-terrorists. They're literally standing in the way.
I'm picturing this as like this dystopian, like, it's kind of like Mega City 1 from Judge Dredd. It's just this pure industrial, just, factories everywhere. They smoke in the clouds. But they're cool with that, most people.
Right.
So it's from the perspective of Sinister Industrial. So he's the hero of the story. And these villainous eco-terrorists are trying to bring back the greenery. And he does the only thing he can, which is a cyborg named Paco. Was his name Paco beforehand? Or did he just take a dude and name him Paco after putting robot bits on him?
I don't know. I'm trying to. Yeah, so I found the Wikipedia article with the Spanish title Vendetta dal Futuro. One of the actors was killed during the making of the film. Thanks for bringing that up, Wikipedia. Way to put a buzz on us.
In a few movies.
70% robot and 30% human. Those are some big hands.
Just walks around like a gorilla.
They have their own like legs on the bottom of the hands. They're so big.
His fingers. He walks on the fingers.
That's true. That's true. They hold him up.
Chunk.
I'm just bummed out that somebody got killed making this crap. Why? Anyway, continuing with this, I don't know what Paco Cornac means, if anything. Quirac.
Paco.
Whatever. He's so cyborg guy sent to
Paco.
terminate. Paco. Yes, I'm sorry. You're right. We should keep saying Paco because that is funnier.
Paco.
Paco is sent to terminate the leader of Greenpeace in the dystopian future. He fails and hides in a diner in a restaurant run by a woman who likes him.
You know what they say about guys with big hands? They can hold you when you're feeling tired. I don't know what you're thinking of.
Yeah.
You sicko. I imagine this guy like sitting in a booth and then his hands are in the other booth. Just like he's getting under the table and there's the fingers are sticking up. It's just like
I'll have some, some eggs and some bacon. What about you guys?
He's got little faces drawn on them and he pretends they're friends.
She's like, I like you. It's like, well,
I love this guy's like, is this boss this sinister or is he just like this afraid of failure that he goes and hides out at a diner?
I mean, the first word of the first words of the description are sinister industrialist. So
that doesn't mean evil. He's just like, sketchy and creepy.
It does. Well, okay, technically it means left-handed. If you want to go back to the end, like the Latin
That's even
words.
better for the whole he's the hero of the story. they use it that way through the whole movie, but they don't like tell the audience, so everybody's like, he's totally evil, and the whole time he's heroic. He's still got like the mustache, the curly mustache, and like the top hat and the monocle and everything.
My favorite sentence in this is the final sentence. The people who sent him are after him. And so is the local arm wrestling champ.
What? Well, yeah, giant robot arms. Like, I'll make you a hero.
What world did they take? Like, he's a cyborg.
Mm-hmm.
There's like
in a dystopian
future, factories in the sky
which
and
still
stuff.
has diners.
Still has diners. Like Greenpeace is enough of a political and military force that their leader needs to be taken out by some kind of amazing cyborg
named Paco.
Yes, I keep forgetting his name is Paco. Why is that not sticking in my head? It's not a cyborg name. You can't name your cyborg Paco. Why?
We've had the Terminator. We've had RoboCop. Now we got Paco.
He goes and hides in this diner, and then the local arm wrestling champ just gets in. Are there like 5 people in the world? Like there's the 2 people who are green, and there's like the one industrialist, the one lady who owns the diner. Because that's the only way this makes sense. That this arm wrestling guy's like, I have something to say about this as well. I'm really good at arm wrestling.
Has like other sports just fallen in decline because society failed, and arm wrestling is like the height of entertainment? But I mean, it's the future, so they have like robot arms and bits.
I could see that. Or, maybe like they don't. Maybe he resents this guy because he has a robot arm.
Have you ever seen Full Metal Alchemist?
No.
Okay, and then they have this thing called Automail, which is just essentially cyborg components, but it's all gears and levers.
Right.
It looks very sophisticated, but it's, because it takes place about World War II time-ish.
Yeah.
And they wind up in a town that's just a bunch of people work on those things. So everyone has this business. The main character has a mechanical right arm, and there's just like this huge crowd, and this guy's like, "Arm wrestle me!" and he just like the guy keeps breaking everybody's arm, and Ed, the main character, gets in there and just like snaps his arm in half. It's great. I'm picturing it like this, like literally, it's just that's the only entertainment. They all have cyborg arms and they arm wrestle, but this guy so big that they fill up an entire booth by themselves. He's like, "I challenge him," and he's like, all right, just like flings the guy out of the room.
Maybe I can be good at this because I'm obviously not good at killing eco-terrorist military leaders.
In the world.
In hindsight, it was the giant hands. That probably wasn't a very good design. Finally for this episode, we have Exterminators of the Year 3000.
So they're going to kill the whole year? 4th dimensional exterminators are here to kill the year 3000?
Okay, I can go with that. Yeah.
beings beyond time and space, like that year has to go.
What do you think that the year 3000 did?
I don't know.
Is it just like, does it pop up everywhere? Does the year 3000 just keep getting in everybody's flour and like, you know, you spray
Maybe it's
for
like
it,
some
but it comes in your house anyway. You're like, dang,
cross-dimensional.
damn it.
This is like cross-dimensional event where like the dimensions started overlapping a little bit, and there's like, man, people getting in here. Those fifth dimensional things, I hate them.
Well, it does say exterminators too, right? So I'm imagining that people have like, you know, they've bug bombed time bombed their house for the year 3000. like they've got the year 3000 anti year 3000 light, and like that, none of that's working, and they finally have to call the exterminators of the year 3000. Like, guys, we've tried everything, and they're like, we've got this. They like crawl around in your attic, like, oh, you've got year 3000 in your joists. Okay. The year 3000, after a nuclear war turned the Earth into a desert. You have something to say about that?
Continue.
They blew up all the water, Brantley.
Yeah.
It went into space or something.
Girl. Yay.
Have
you seen Tank Girl?
No, I haven't.
It's great and ridiculous and stupid, and I love it.
A group of survivors in a cave runs out of water and desperately needs new supply. The last guy they sent out didn't return.
It's because he found the water and didn't want to come back and share.
His 10-year-old son, Timmy, wants to join the next team.
He's the best.
That's nice of you, Timmy. They know where they'll find a well, but the problem is the way there, which is controlled by a savage gang of motorcyclists under the bloodthirsty Crazy Bull.
So it's Road Warrior?
Essentially, I think so. Yeah, it feels very much like Road Warrior. I mean, we got more out of the title than we have out of the entire description so far.
Where's the exterminators come in? Is this when they come in?
Do you want to hear the last line? Because there's no
sure.
exterminators in that line. A lonesome stranger who Timmy meets on the way may help. 10-year-old Timmy meets a lonesome stranger. He's real lonesome in the wasteland. This is... Who thought that it was... I understand it's the apocalypse. But Timmy's like, my dad failed on the last mission. I'll go, you guys. I can find the water.
Maybe they're that hard up for people to help.
Again,
like they've been sending people one at a time. And it's like, maybe we should take a group.
Or they just can't spare, like they don't want to send people that they like, and this annoying 10-year-old guy is like, I'm about to hit puberty. Isn't that great, guys?
His dad had like the map, and he left it to, like a spare to Timmy, or Timmy saw the map and he knows
it's in
the
Timmy's blood. Let's be real. This is Hollywood. Everything is magic blood.
So it's tiny.
You cannot get away from stupid magic. Hollywood. Just a quick aside. Magic blood. All right. I understand it's way old. Like they did it in the Bible. That was fine. Like there's been some stories where it was fine. You can have other kinds of MacGuffins. Superman doesn't need to have magic
Skin
blood.
Cells.
He doesn't need to have magic blood. I'm just saying, Superman, no need for magic blood.
I mean, in the third one, it was a magic piece of his hair.
I'm saying in the reboot, he has magic blood. He has
he
all
does.
of Kryptonian society encoded into his DNA or something.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Apparently, it's still there. Like they didn't bring. Batman wasn't like, hey, by the way, how's that having all of Kryptonian society encoding into your DNA?
He may or may not know.
No, he knows. He's Batman.
The best Batman knows things is from the Justice League cartoon. Because the bit where the Justice League come under fire, so they have to go on and hiding, and one of them's like, "We'll just use our disguises, our everyday identities. They don't know those." And Barry, the Flash, he's like, "Guys, I trust you," but and Batman's like, "Barry Allen, Clark Kent pulls off his mask, Bruce Wayne, moving on, just walks out."
Were they also carrying all their civilian clothes in this scenario?
I don't know. I think they stole them.
Oh, okay.
Like they're literally under fire from the military, and they just steal clothes.
What? The Flash has problems with being people shooting at him. He runs away. Done.
Yeah, but I mean,
problem solved. Superman flies away.
Who can't? I mean, Batman
shields Batman with his body.
Don't go down the road. There's the whole fanfic. If you go down shielding bodies, there, those two are basically married.
Okay,
especially after the new movie.
And that lonesome stranger and Timmy are gonna save the day.
I would like to see kind of a Western in the post-apocalypse wasteland, like a good one.
I mean,
the closest we have is like the Book of Eli, but that's not really.
Aren't most post-apocalyptic movies sort of Westerns?
They have a bit there where they're in the desert, but really there's not like the Clint Eastwood Lone Stranger.
You want like horses and everything.
No, I would like motorcycles and stuff, but and they can have like ray guns.
I don't see how this isn't Mad Max, is what I'm getting at.
I haven't seen Mad Max, so I don't know.
Oh, Mad Max Fury Road.
I've seen the first one, and it's just kind of dumb.
Mad Max Fury Road has very much like to me, it has a Western-ish vibe.
All right.
He goes finds the people who need help, and he doesn't want to help them at first, but then anyway.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it goes through that whole thing. He's very much the loner. Like, he almost lets them like wander off into the desert where they think there's going to be water, and then he's like, "No, you're not going to make it. We need to go back."
Or we could do like an adaptation of Magnificent Seven, but in the future.
Like Battle Beyond the Stars.
Like they're in space, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's been done.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Find it. Not now.
I think it's called Battle Beyond the Stars.
I don't believe
I haven't seen it.
Okay.
You want to do Battle Beyond the Stars next week?
Sure.
Well, that'll do it for this week of Too Weird Didn't Watch, you guys. Thanks so much for listening. If you have not done so already, subscribe to us on iTunes or wherever you're getting this podcast, and leave us a review on iTunes. That really helps. And we will see you guys next week with more awesomeness on Too Weird Didn't Watch.
Bye, guys.